Okay, so check this out. We are seam sealed, we are taped and plasticed up. We are ready to Raptorline and make a mess out of my garage. This is gonna be a really heavy sales pitchy episode. If you guys become a member right now, I'll be able to afford an intern. That's right, I could pay my son to record all the action because man, I get cranking and I just forget. Become a member today. I think it's as easy as $2.99. What do you get, you ask? Snaps! Exclusive access 24 hours to videos before anyone else. And then each tier, you know, gets you more and more cool stuff, like one-on-one videos that I want to send to you guys, my premium members. So, you know, consider joining and buying yourself a membership today. Snaps! All right, let's start patching. So on this side, there's no sense leaving this big hole here, I don't think. Pretty sure I'm gonna come in here and trim some more of this out, get this all cleaned up. We'll get this cut clean. You can see where it's still kind of bashed in here, so probably gonna come over a little bit more. Make a nice patch here, cut a piece of sheet metal, bang it over my knee somehow, and weld it back in. But first, to wire wheel and clean it all up. And then we gotta clean this up. And then we gotta do this without setting the truck on fire. Yeah. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Oof. That's scary. That's scary. I have to go slow on that side. There's nothing pretty about this, that's for sure. But it's how it's gotta get done. When I make templates, as I've said, you just trace, cut, make sure to leave bigger, right? And trim, trim, trim till you get the fit you want. So in this situation here, we need a little bit of curve to this panel too, so you gotta make sure to leave some extra. And then you'll wanna get this thing just how you want, trace it onto some metal, leave the metal bigger. Grind, cut, repeat, grind, cut, repeat, grind, cut, repeat. But yeah, that's basically how it's done. Transfer this over to some metal, get cutting. Okay. Till Harbor Freight wants to kick in and sponsor me with that cool bench, remember? Harbor Freight, I know you're watching. I know there's a sales rep out there watching from Harbor Freight. It's like, this guy could really use a bench. You ever wonder why the video is so low quality? Yes, it's because there are sparks constantly flying at this GoPro. And of course we need a curve. Ugh. See how that goes. Now, for me, that's good enough. For you, may not be. You do you. I'm doing me. I need it watertight. I need it, you know, good enough. It's gonna get seam sealed. It's gonna get covered in undercoat. All right, hopefully this works out, or we're cutting it all back out and doing it again. I know there's some real sheet metal guys at home shaking their heads, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Pretty sure if my truck had a name, it would definitely be called Built at Home, Better Off Scrapped, Good Enough. Yeah, I don't know. Works for me though. Man, if I can give you guys one piece of advice at home before taking this project on, make sure you get all this nasty factory undercoat, soundproof, heat, asphalt, I'm guessing, based crap, because it just bubbles and oozes and stinks, and it's probably full of like cancer stuff, and just get this crap off as much as possible before any type of welding takes place. It's like the La Brea tar pits. It's just nasty. Just scrape it off, man. Somebody pointed out that I say good, bad, and indifferent a lot. I didn't realize it, but it's kind of like that and whatnot. I'll try to stop, you know, and whatnot. Look where we're at. Yeah. Good, bad, or indifferent. This is where we're at. So, yeah, we're going to do some welding here. We're going to get this tunnel all cleaned up. We're going to get some welding done here. Get this all cleaned up. And get it all cleaned up and re-seam sealed and all that fun stuff. I assure you it looks much worse in person. So, here's what I decided to do to fix these bottoms of this truck. My rockers are already destroyed. They're pretty bad. This truck, like most of your guys' trucks, was probably a work truck prior to us getting it. This happened to be a landscaping truck, as I've said before. So it was pretty beat up underneath anyways. No harm, no foul, perfect mini truck candidate. So we cleaned up this whole edge. We took some L channel, we notched it so that she would fit in here. And yeah, I'm gonna tack weld that puppy in. And hopefully that's gonna give us some protection while we're skating down the freeway. How then, do you ask, did I get from tacking that in to this beautiful piece of art you see here on this side that still needs another skim coat? Well, that's good old Rondo. Yeah, that's fiberglass and Bondo mixed together. So it gets nice and strong. You use fiberglass resin mixed into your plastic body filler. I really did use Bondo because, you know, that's gonna get that rock guard on it anyways, like it had from the factory. That's what all this is. Go look at the bottom of your truck. It's all rock guarded anyways. Got that nice orange peel look. So I plan on doing that to it. And my rockers, go look at my pinch in my videos. It's all beat up. It's all trash from going over speed bumps, living that static life. So, Bondo wagon, yeah, add that one to the growing list of names for personalized vanity plates. Although that might be a hard one to get. There's a lot of Bondo wagons before this one. All right, you guys want to keep going with the good, bad, or indifferent? Good, bad, or indifferent? Good, the bad, the ugly? Let's go with good, bad, the ugly on this one. I don't know, man. I hope this highlights how bad my rockers were to you. Look at those gaps up and down. You can see it's pretty good through here, and then whoa, mama. In a perfect world, it might make more sense to get like 1.25" L channel and come further out. So you have a more gradual, maybe you want to come right to this edge. I don't know, man. Like, I've never done this before. You could just door it and cut this all off and get some 1/8" plate or some quarter wall, or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's the next step when you grind through these. You go door it. I'm gonna get it glassed in like this side and go from there. We'll let the paint and body guy worry about it. Oh wait, that's me too. Yeah. It might be thicker in some areas than you're supposed to put on, but Rondo glass. Bondo? Bondo with glass? Can you hear? I don't know. This is the way everybody used to do fiberglass kits back in the day. Mix up a little glass into your Bondo. It's also pretty good for vinyl roof repair. You know, if you're not an accomplished welder. It's $600 trucks, folks. And it's going to be dragging the streets again. So just get over it. All right, all in a day's work, or for me, a day after work. We got some patches going in. They're ugly, I know. We got some, I don't know what you want to call it. Rocker guards going on, drag guards, slide guards, I don't know. Will they work? Will I regret them? Will I hate the fact that I fiberglassed some of it in and tried to level it out? There's really not that much Bondo on there. I know it looks like it, but you can see like that's metal right there. It's not that thick. Is it thicker than probably recommended? I don't know. Just remember, it's fiberglass reinforced, so hopefully it won't crack. And as I said, I'm gonna Raptor line it. I think we're gonna Raptor line it from this edge. I think I'm gonna tape this and do this whole thing all in Tintable Raptorliner coming up next. There it is. We ready to go. Guns ready, paint's ready. I think I'm ready. Got a little bit of color. Gonna throw that in there. Not sure how that's gonna go, if that's gonna mess things up. Maybe it never dries. I don't know. We're gonna wing it. Wish me luck. Let's do it. Does it smell really bad? No, more of that. All your batteries are going to be blue.
At least it'll be a cool blue color. Put it down.
Uh-oh. I don't know where that's at. Good deal. That doesn't look too bad. What's that really good? We're good.
I think we're good now.
The thing is, you know, we always can spray the color again when we paint the truck, because the Raptorliner is on.
Yeah, true.
Time to get the big hole in the back of this cab closed up. I think we're gonna use this piece of sheet metal right there. I'm not gonna do a full shaved back wall. I think I'm still gonna leave these vents and probably leave that seam. I don't want to mess with pinch if I don't have to. But to close up this hole and make it look decent, I think I am gonna come just past all this indentation, right? All this factory in and out wall. It'll give me a little bit more room inside. It'll make the back look a little bit smoother. I'll lose some structural rigidity, but I can always add it in bracing and thickness of sheet metal. I would love to put this all in one piece, but as you can see, that piece is not quite big enough, no matter how you cut it. So, we're gonna have to do this in a couple of sections unless I go buy a 4x8 sheet, and I have no way to, well, I mean, I guess I could get that on the trailer. I'm rambling. Let's just cut a nice square or a rectangle and patch it in. If I've got to run to the metal shop, I've got to run to the metal shop. Cue the time lapse. I don't even really do a time lapse. I just leave it recording and then fast forward it. And iMovie, I use iMovie. Not that any of you have asked what software editing stuff I use. It's always coffee time, always. Morning coffee, afternoon coffee, sometimes evening coffee. I don't drink anything hardcore, just black coffee from the machine inside. Save your money for mini trucks. You know, it's not bad. Like anything. Could have done better right there. But, pretty good. Pretty good. We'll make it work. It's just the back of the cab. No one's ever gonna see it. What are we doing, a tilt bed or something? Yeah, and that's really it. Just like the rest of the truck, just take your time and go slow. Do a little trim, do a little tap, Most importantly, step away from the work. Yeah, it'll close in fine. It's not the best, but it'll close in fine. Alright, let me show you what it looks like from the inside. So you can see it's not half lapped or doubled over. We've got it trimmed nice and tight. A little bit of hammer and dolly work down there, and we'll get those pulled in. Seam seal the inside. Body work the back. She'll be good as new. Okay, onto the driver's side. I'll make down my bottom where no one's ever gonna look. We got a wall. Now what is the key to doing this successfully? I wish I could tell you. Now it's not finished, you know, clearly. But it's in, it's straight, and it's not warped. Well, who's to say it's not warped? It's not warped yet. There's still a lot of metal work to do. I'm probably gonna Raptorline it. So that's gonna hide a lot of stuff, even if I did mess it up. My gaps were not perfect. I mean, I wish this could have been a lot better. These gaps, you know, came out great, and that's kind of what I settled for. So, I'm not a sheet metal guy. I'm a dude at home, in his 40s, trying to build a cool mini truck to drive with his friends. So, I'm doing the best I can. I'm pretty okay with this. Am I taking a second lately to thank you guys so much for watching along? I mean, we're deep in this thing, right? This truck should already be back together. I don't know what's taking so long. That's how I feel in my head. But would you believe that to this point, we are like day 55? Day 55. And I haven't worked on this truck. That's not 55 days in a row. That's not 55 8-hour days. That's just day 55 since I drove this truck to storage, took the bike off, took the cargo container off, came home and started stripping it. That's not bad. I mean, if I hit this thing 8 hours a day, I'd have been done like, you know, 51 days ago. So, anyways, enough about my shortcomings. We gotta fix this big hole, because this is the last big hole in the cab before we can finish welding, seam sealing, and put this truck back together. Now inside, you can really see how I fudged the gap on that one. That's not great. I don't know why that got so bad. But these guys, man, look how beautiful that is. And they feel pretty nice. And, you know, we're able to get to the inside and outside. So, oh yeah, that's how these guys did their thing. So we'll be able to get in here and clean these up. Seam seal these little pockets we had to make for the Bodydrop. That is where it sits on the frame for the gussets, where we tied it into the rear clip. And oh, this guy, yeah, that's our last hole. So back to what we were talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna make a collar and weld it in and bang it into place. This is a little bit thicker steel, and I think it's gonna work. We're gonna weld it, we're gonna seam seal it, we're gonna pound away. So let's give her help. All right, I'm gonna try and get you guys a little bit of the action. Got a welder, got a little makeshift strap, got a fire extinguisher, you know, in case of emergencies. Believe it or not, that's the first time I set the truck on fire, was welding the back right there in this whole process. I'm pretty proud of myself. Enough talk, let's get to work. I'm intentionally trying to put a little bit of heat on this girl because I want to be able to do this. I want to get some heat in this metal so we can get that shape to where we want it. Per my usual luck, I trimmed that a little too tight, so that sucks. We can fix it, we can fix it.
But you can see how nice and tight that gap starts to get. So let's see if we can leave this here and do a little welding for you. You know what? And continuing the trend of things I'm not proud to show, but going to anyways, we can weld this gap, or we can stick this guy in there and trim off the excess and give us a little less to fill. So, have I ever mentioned that Frankenstein is one of my favorite characters? Yeah, you've probably never heard of him because he's not in the MCU. That's a little nerd humor. Man, ventilation is the key when it comes to seam sealing. Not sure where that camera's aiming because I got crap all over my hands. This is not a job for the faint at heart. This sucks. I don't know what you guys can see on the camera, but this is probably one of the worst parts of this body drop for me. I don't enjoy the smell. I don't enjoy the mess. Pretty sure I'm not even doing it right. I may be putting on way too much. I may be putting on not enough. I don't know. It's all gonna be underneath carpet, so I really don't care. All right, the inside is all seam sealed up nice and tight from the outside elements. Not the prettiest, but you know,